Okay, so hopefully you've got the hang of some of those groupings I just showed you. And as I say, they were on power chords, which is useful for rock. But the example I showed you at the beginning of the lesson, the intro, was actually a bit more funky, using 7th chords. And more importantly, what's common with 16th note strumming is, as opposed to the other three that I've just showed you, which were the same thing repeated, they often cross over beats and you have a full bar of different sort of accents, if you like, on the 16th notes. So, as I say, the example uses 7th chords, minor and dominant 7th chords. If you're struggling with your 7th chords at all, there is a free lesson on the Code of Guitar website for you to check out. But it starts off on a D minor, and I'll just show you the basic rhythm first. I'll just give you a little play of it. Right, so what's happening there is you're picking out the 1, the A, so 1, A, and then the and of the second beat, so 1, A, and then the E of the third beat, so 1, A, and E, 4, A, and then 4 and on the last one. So, as we already explained earlier, you use downstrokes for the ones and the ands, or the twos and the ands, and you use upstrokes for E and A. So what you're actually doing is straight down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down on that rhythm. It's 1, A, 2, 1, A, and E, 4, A. Right. So once you've got the hang of that, you might sort of feel a little bit awkward and strange actually picking those notes out on their own. So what often happens, what you heard with the intro, the musical example, is that you often fill the notes that you're not playing in with fretting hand mutes. Now there is a previous lesson on the Code of Guitar website for you to look at if you're not sure about fretting hand muting, but basically you're just dampening the strings in between a chord. So instead of doing, you're doing. It's best for you to just practice that on the first chord there, the D minor 7 first on the 5th fret, and just get the hang of that rhythm. And just remember that you're picking out the 1, the A, the and, the E, and the 4 and then in between those, it actually makes it easy because all you're doing is you're strumming in a constant 16th note rhythm and just picking out the notes you want. So it's. So I'll just get you to play along with that now, just that one bar, and just, repeat it a couple of times and, give that a practice. So I'll give you a count in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hopefully you get the hang of that, but if you are struggling with it, you can use a free metronome on the website, slow it down a little bit and really get the hang of those up-down strokes on the 16th notes and picking out the right one. So once you've got that, the chord progression is fairly straightforward. It starts on the D there. And as you can see, that repeats for 2 bars. And then you're going to move to the A dominant 7 or A7, if you like, on the E string on the 5th fret. These are all bar chords, as you can see. So you're going to do that for 2 bars. And then you're going to go down to the G minor 7 bar chord. And that's only 1 bar. And then a C dominant 7 again. And that's 1 bar again, and then back to D minor 7 for 1 bar. And the rhythm is exactly the same for all those chords. So once you've really practiced that rhythm on the D minor 7, you should have it down for the chord changes. And then finally it ends on a. So what you've got there is, again, we're taking the approach of taking some notes out to make the rhythm more interesting, if you like. So what you're doing one E and a, and then missing out the 2 and the E, and you're doing 1 E and a 3 E. So you're doing 4 groupings of 4 there, 1 E and a 3 E, and then missing out another 2 again and doing 4 E. So you've got. So if you like, you can put those mutes in there as well to keep that rhythm going, if it helps. And then back to the D. So we'll do a play along all the way through that chord progression now for you to play along to. Obviously, if you need to practice that rhythm again a bit more, or practice a chord change, do that. Give it a pause and then come back for this play along. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that might have been a little bit fast. If it was for you, don't worry about it. Just pause this video, and again, check out the metronome on the on the website, and use that to really slow it down and get the hang of that. It might be the chord changes that you struggle with. Don't worry if you have to slow that down and really practice it. It's always good to learn something at a slower speed before speeding it up. But if you've got it already, well done. And the only thing you might notice was a bit different in the intro that I played is I also had a little slide in there as well, and that's just basically to add a bit more interest. And it's quite common to slide from a semitone down in funk playing, which is what this is. So basically you've got your rhythm, but what you're doing is, so you're doing it on the A there, you're just doing a little upstroke, a semitone lower, so it'd be D flat minor 7, and then just sliding up and getting right back into that rhythm. So if I just show you that quickly, and that's basically it. And you're just going to do that before the chords, and it just gives it a bit more character, a bit more flavour. And once you've got that, you can play 16th note syncopation, and you can do that rhythm there at the beginning. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I'll see you soon. And once again, this is good to learn first, but then put it into practice. Check out some of the song lessons on the website, and really get these 16th notes working in a real song context, and show them off to your friends. Thanks.